This is not a drill. This is not a drill. With sadness in the darkness, there is a glimpse at the light. All darkness contains light. Square Enix literally just revealed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so funny. 7 new screenshots to Kingdom Hearts 4. And I'm gonna tell you right now, all of them look amazing, and this game looks a lot farther along in development than, you know, what we've seen with the previous trailer 3 years ago. And I'm really happy, because if you guys haven't been living around under a rock, Kingdom Hearts Missing Link got canceled, but Kingdom Hearts has posted this, and I'm gonna read what they say really quick, right? To our Kingdom Hearts community, we are currently working hard on Kingdom Hearts 4 and will continue pouring ourselves into the game's development. We've dedicated to making this an experience that lives up to your expectations. We've seen how excited you are, and we are truly grateful from the bottom of our hearts. We are equally excited and cannot wait to share more about Kingdom Hearts 4 when the time is right. Until then, we appreciate your patience. Thank you for your continued support. And ladies and gentlemen, these screenshots look phenomenal. Now, they do look like they are still in development, like the game is still in development, like, development screenshots subject to change, all that good jazz. But we have 7 screenshots. We have a screenshot of Sora in battle with a couple of enemies in Shibuya in Quadratum. We have a screenshot of Strelitzia, who looks a lot better like than the original trailer. We have a picture of a phone, like a rotary phone, right? Then we also have a picture of Mickey with an attack symbol, playable Mickey in, it looks to me, Skull Asylum, which is going off of what Kingdom Hearts 3, no, not 3, Melody Memory ended off of. And then we see a screenshot of a dark, gloomy sky with that new Neo Dark, I call him a Neo Dark Side and whatnot, and then 2 lights hitting the what do you call them? It looks like they're gonna hit the dark side. Then we see Sora with a bunch of mist surrounding in stars and glitter and stuff. Something very ethereal about what's going on in Quadram, leading up to the street in Shibuya, leading up to the station, right? And then we also have a screenshot of Sora, who looks a fire. Like, you can tell things are different, like a little bit different, and not different, but like, you know, updated in design. But I'm just gonna break down each screenshot to you guys. Let's start our way backwards. Let's get it. This is HMK once again. Sora's screenshot looks phenomenal. This man looking so handsome, dapper. What a lad. That's my boy. You can see a bit more, you know, detailed reflection from his jacket, which seems to be based on some sort of like leather or, you know, fox leather base. And his hair looks nice, shimmering. The details and the dimensions of his face seem a bit more leveled out. And his chain, his kingdom chain, or whatever you want to call it, is a bit, it looks like a bit more longer, and then the chain holding up the charm that is the crown seems a bit more thinner, but he's looking overall really good and much more adapted from this realistic aspect that is Quadratum. Next up, we have Sora facing some sort of ethereal nonsense in terms of stars, glitter, all that good jazz. It could be like him facing like the demise of that dark side Heartless, like it dissipates and then that's like, you know, the wave of the things like, you know, blasting towards him or whatnot. Or that could be his way, his ticket of him going to another section of Quadratum or another world that he's about to enter through this. It looks very similar to that of the astral plane that we were gonna get in Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, but there's still a lot of mysteries to be had. Next, we're gonna look at the dark side being about to be pelted by 2 different forms of light, one yellow, one blue. Honestly, I'm thinking that this might be Sora and Strelitzia combining their powers, combining their Keyblades, probably throwing them or actually like, you know, flying with them in order to strike down this Neo Dark Side. That's what I think is going on here, which is gonna be the end result of the boss fight that we have in the game, which is gonna be the beginning of the game, right? Next up, we got Mickey, playable Mickey, the mouse, M-A-C-K-E-Y, the king, and it looks like this is a library of Skull Asylum. As it was insinuated at the end of Melody of Memory, it seems that he's gonna be on the search for some answers when it comes to unreality, fiction, Quadram, the whole shebang in order to understand the world that Sora is currently trapped in, right? I also thought we were gonna get a little bit of those answers towards that of Missing Link, but it's looking like this was always the plan here. So we're gonna have probably to a degree, Explorer Scarlet Column in the form of Mickey Mouse, who is still wearing his Kingdom Hearts 3 attire, by the way. Next, we have a phone. It's just a phone, one of those rotation dial phones. It's a phone. Maybe he'll get a call on this phone. Maybe Sora is going to use this phone to call Yozora, or, you know, Luke Sword or something, or like, you know, give me rent. I don't. It's a phone, guys. It's just a phone, which is funny because I mean, like, the game series is already dealing with gummy phones, so like this is an older phone. That's a phone. Yeah. And next we have Strelitzia. Strelitzia is looking amazing. She is beautiful. Her face is much more vibrant. That smile is really beautiful, soft, and her features when it comes to her eyes, her cheeks, her nose seems to be a bit more leveled out. And the shading, can I say, like, the shading of all these other screenshots looks so much better than what they did in the original trailer. So this is probably Strelitzia talking to Sora in his apartment room in Quadratum, and which is specifically the Minato Ward, if I'm remembering correctly, in Quadratum. But like, I'm just all over the place. And now we come to the big meaty, the big schmeat of this collage, I would say, and whatnot. It's Sora fighting a bunch of Heartless and other enemies that I can't really put my finger on, and I have so many thoughts and theories, but that's gonna be for another video. But we can see so many things here. We can see Sora's updated icon in terms of his health, magic, and another bar, and it looks so nice. The shading on it is so cool, and also his eyes are not really looking directly towards like an object. It looks like he's looking towards what's going on the screen itself. We have the command menu, which is definitely like Quadratum based. You can see the buildings, everything, so it's like everything's nice. Each of the bars is in the form of a street. So we have attack, which also has a an arrow that leads to something else. Attack, magic, items, and build. So scrape and build seems to be like still a thing and whatnot. So it's looking nice, and the fact that it's in English, I'm like, okay, see, that gets me really excited. Sora seems to be fighting against what I believe is Neo Shadows, if that makes any sense. These are like Neo Shadows, but Quadratum's version, Unreality's version of Neo Shadows. So I mean, like, we have a Neo Darkseid in my opinion, but this looks like Neo Shadows, like super Neo Shadows, like the Ultimo Neo Shadows. I don't know, Unreal Neo Shadows, if you will. That's what I think is going on with these. I think these are like Quadratum's own version of Neo Shadows. It'll be crazy if this is Quadratum's version of Shadows, just straight up like Quadratum Shadows. And then these two big armed looking enemies, I don't think they're Heartless, you guys. I think that these are either people in suits or mechanized weaponry that's going to go in line with whatever Quadratum has as defense force in terms of being aligned with Gigas's or whatever unit that Yozora is commanding, right? Because to me, I don't get Heartless vibes from these things. These things, but at the same time, maybe their Heartless interpretations are darkness taken over mini mechs or like mini mechanical like guardians that is meant to protect Quadratum, or they could just be mechs that are summoned in order to deal with anomalies such as the Shadows and Sora himself, right? And Sora is out here using the chain attack, something in line with the chain attack that we've seen in the first trailer and whatnot. And it seems that he's surfing on the chain. Look, as you can see, there's light up on his shoes, and he's building a path for him to surf on in order to possibly get from point A to point B a lot quicker in order to go and give the schmoves to his enemies. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the preliminary analysis of what I got for you in terms of these screenshots. I have so many other videos in line. I think I'm gonna make a video on each of these screenshots. That's gonna be crazy, but I just wanted to get this out to you, and it's so exciting. I feel that this game is further along in development from what we're seeing here, and we might get more information this time around this year. Of course, Square is telling us to be patient, but I think it's time. I think it's finally time. And you know, we had to deal with the loss of Missing Link, but you know, this helps. And I am so excited. My hype is immeasurable, and I want to know what you guys think about these screenshots. Kingdom Hearts 4, we're on the way. So until the next video, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.
So you haven't subscribed to HMK yet? Don't piss Xemnas off.